Hi, my name's Jack Soul. Thanks so much for stopping by this YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Today's video is going to be all about the Teenage Engineering KO2. So I've had this device for a little while now. It's a sampler, and I recommend even that guitar players get something like this because when I'm feeling tired or uninspired or just worn out with the guitar, picking up a device like this where it doesn't typically for me have to do anything with guitar really refuels me, and it's still music, but it allows me to get this interest out in other ways other than just guitars and pedals. But through that, I started using the effects in the KO2 and noticing that they were just really cool and unique. So I decided to try and put my guitar through it and use it mostly just as an effects pedal. And here's kind of how that sounded. It sounded so cool that I had to make a video on it. So first of all, just to kind of make sure everybody understands what's going on, to get to the effects, you just press effects. Right now they're off. So I can go back to main menu here, and effects are off, and we'll just hear the Iridium. This is a Vox sound on the Iridium. So that sounds really good already, and I have the amp and cab part covered by the Iridium. So we're going out of the headphone jack into the KO2 input, out of the KO2 with an adapter to my interface, and this is essentially every effect is like a 3-knob effect. So let's start with delay. When we go back to main menu, this black knob is our mix. So that's putting the mix at halfway, so wet and dry, same as you would come up with on your effects pedal at home. And then when you press the effects button again, you get the control of 2 parameters. So this one is length and feedback. So with them both at noon, this is what it sounds like. So a modulated delay, but let's bring the feedback up and bring the length down. Again, just really cool. It's definitely the coolest 3-knob multi-effects pedal I think that you could buy. It reminds me a lot of the Chroma console from the perspective of it's a unique take on each of these effects, and it's not like you have extreme control over the effect, but the effect has a very wide variety of usability. So let's lessen the feedback. Bring up the length, see what that sounds like. Really awesome. So let's bring down the feedback. All the way, and bring the length up all the way. So let's bring down the length, go back to main menu, bring up the mix all the way. Oh wow, cool. So I just brought up the feedback a little bit at full mix and we got like a tremolo. And with mix up all the way, we get a bit of a chorus. Really neat. So let's go back to main menu, bring mix back down to half, and go to the next effect. Reverb, mix at half, effects at about half. Here's what we got. It's just a great sounding reverb. So let's bring up the length and down. Basically, this is the temperature or the warmth. So this is on the warmer side. Let's go back to main menu and bring up the mix to 3/4. It just sounds really good. Let's go back to effects. Bring up the temperature to full. So this is more of like a tiled room sound. Room, almost spring-like slapback. So let's bring up the length, down the temperature. And I want to show you something, another reason why I think I even might work this onto a pedal board someday, is because it's a workstation too. Like, if I love playing along to like sound effects of, whatever I can find, but like here's a sound effect of, frogs and crickets at night. So basically I can loop that. And that's in a constant loop now. And then I can add reverb. It adds reverb to the loop as well. So it just sounds really subtle and nice. And then watch when you play how much it changes the vibe and how much fun this makes it feel. And I could add some thunderstorm in there too. So it's just like outrageously awesome to have this available on your pedal board. I just erased the loop, so if we want to add or play around with a different one. But there's so many possibilities about having a cool workstation where you can do micro loops or drum stuff. And
look at me.
She said she was gonna give it to him right now.
I just have so much queued up in here that you can play around with. But let's keep going. The distortion, actually, since it's after my Iridium, sounds about like what you'd expect. So if that was before the Iridium, I'm sure it would sound amazing, but I'm going to skip over that one and go right to the chorus. So again, just a super unique sounding effect here. And here's how it starts out all at noon. Let's drop that feedback. The modulation down. More subtle. Let's go into the main menu, turn this effect up fully completely, and we're left with a vibrato. Turn up the effects a little bit more. Turn down the mod a bit and turn the feedback way up. Just get completely wild here. Right about here for a really nice vibrato. Put it back at half for a chorus. Just really, really neat. I just love it. This is a filter. So I'm going to turn the effect up full blast, and here's kind of what we're dealing with. You can definitely get some cool tones out of it. Really neat. Lots to play with on that one. Just trims out, almost sounds like an old radio or something. Back to half on the mix. Compressor. Turn the mix back up to full, actually. This is drive. So just really neat. What a fun group of effects that you just have. And that's just the tip of the iceberg with this with this device rather. If you want to create a micro loop like we did with the rain or the summer sounds. So we have that. Now we can like affect it in real time with these live kind of more performance based effects. So just super cool. I'm picturing a world that I had this on my pedal board that I use mostly on my desk, just that it would always come on. I actually have a USB-C out, which is how you power this. It's powered by battery right now, but I have a USB-C out on my newest pedal board. So I could power this right from my pedal board, have it hooked in all the time so that I can mess around with stuff. I just see endless possibilities, and the effects sounded so good and they were so unique that I just had to post about it. Teenage Engineering, if you ever see this, please just come out with effects pedals. Like, your effects are so good on this KO2. I would buy a multi-effect pedal that had these abilities. And again, this is just to open your eyes and hopefully give you some ideas on what your home setup or live setup could look like. So thanks so much for watching. Please comment any ideas or future plans using these kind of techniques. I'd love to hear about it and expand my ideas of what's possible as well. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.